I have never been inside an original Xbox before. We'll get this opened up and see what it looks like. I have no idea what I'm getting into. First I need to pry back these feet, get something underneath here in order to lift it up. There we go. There's some tape here that I'm going to need to replace when I put these back on. There's a couple of hidden screws under these stickers, and they did not make it easy. Oh, this is some kind of a warranty sticker that's meant to keep people from getting in or to show if they have been inside. I think I'm in a chance avoiding my warranty on this one. Another one hidden under this sticker. Should be right here. Yep, right on the edge. I'll use my Torx T20 to get these long bolts out. Alright, let's see what it looks like in here. Okay, first off, I want to take this metal plate off of the top cover here, and I'm going to need to pry up just a little bit on these metal pieces here in order to get it to pop loose. I want to be very careful. There we go. And that's what it looks like underneath. I actually don't need this extender. I'm going to carefully pry the edges of this little bit by little bit to pull this cable out. Switch to a different bit again. And we can take the hard drive out of here. There we go. These cables are really stuck in here just because the system is so old. So I'm just pulling a little bit at a time on each edge in order to slowly loosen it. And there we go. We have the disk drive out, and again with the cables. Just pull out on a tab there and that should pop off. Boy, these are really stuck on here. But there we go. Switching bits here to the Phillips. Here we go. There's a couple little clips that we need to move to loosen, release that. I'm going to pull carefully on that cable to get it out. And there is a little gate that I missed when I pulled it out. So be very careful to make sure you don't do that. And there's a disc stuck in here. I did plug this in, it didn't turn on. I couldn't get anything going, so I had no idea if there was a disc inside of here. There was. Switching back to the Torx bit here. That needs to pull out in order to come out. So just slide it out, and then this power supply will come free. Just pull this back up and back. There we go. Now we have our motherboard. See, I'm pulling back on these releases there to get the fan out of here. And it's dirty as expected. What's really catching my eye right now though is the rust all over this metal plate. Just pull up and back at the same time to get these controller ports out. They're kind of wedged in there with the metal. Just friction once the screws are out. Here's a little mat guard in there. It is taped or stuck on here with some kind of adhesive. I'm just going to carefully pull that off. And here is this plate, which, as I said, there's a lot of rust, both in the plate and underneath here in this housing. You can see the rust has stained inside of there. When taking that plate out, you can see there's these clips. There's a post there and then these clips. And both of those things are what mostly is going to hold that plate on with friction. So I just need to kind of work around those clips and then that post up top. Yeah, it's a lot of rust. This scared me pulling off. In fact, I did it off camera because I was trying to work with it with both hands. There are different clips holding it on the side and on the bottom. Taking this entire thing off was kind of frightening to me because I didn't want to break it, but it did come off without breaking eventually. All right, I think I'm going to leave the rest of that in there. Warm water and a little bit of dye-free laundry detergent for no other reason than because I have it on hand and it is safe to use on plastics. I'm just going to wipe this off with my microfiber cloth here. "99% solution isopropyl alcohol." I'm basically just giving this kind of a wet dusting with this Q-tip on the black parts here. These fans take forever to clean and they never get perfect. I'm going to keep working this a little bit on here and show you some of it, but I'll end up doing most of the cleaning off screen. And there we go. To the eye, it still looks pretty dirty, but not too bad on camera. Here is the power supply, very dirty. In fact, I'm going to take this outside and blow it off with some air. I don't want to get this dust all over my workstation. Just carefully with this Q-tip and a little bit of IPA going to clean off this lens. I could see a smudge print on it. There. I'm going to blow this off as well with an air compressor. And even at that, you can tell we've got a very dirty board after putting some air on it. Gross. As much as I'm going to try to clean this here, and I do when I have these apart, this kind of fine dust that has built up over the years is just almost impossible to completely get off. I go over these typically 2 or 3 times all the way and it still pulls up dirt every time. There we go. That's about as good as I'm going to make it look. Okay, I'm going to find a solution for this rust. While I scrub these with a toothbrush, in the back of my mind I'm thinking about the rust on that metal plate. There's a couple different solutions that I have read about that I could use. The most simple one is what I'm going to try first, which is just going over it with sandpaper. So I'm going to do that. It'll probably be off camera though, because again, I don't want to get all that dust that rust dust all over my workstation inside. All right, let's get it put back together. Just put that clip on. Most of these things will snap in, though they feel like a pretty hard snap because the plastic is so hard. Again, this one scares me, but we will get it to click. There we go. This is what it looks like after my sandpapering job. Not too bad. We just got to get this in there underneath these 3 clips, and then making sure to get the cable there through that hole. I want to put the bottom corner of this in first, that bottom edge, and then the rest of it will sit in pretty nice and easy. It's still sticky enough to put back on. Again, I want to push these both down and in at the same time. Just line them up and get them there. There is a little plastic bit that can break if you're not careful. I did that on one of them, but it's okay. This is actually a shot that I'm making in the future because I forgot to put this plate on, so ignore the fact that that metal plate isn't there for the rest of these shots. I just tore these stickers off completely. I'm going to obviously leave them off. I really don't care with this Xbox what it looks like on the bottom. I will put the feet back on though eventually.